Well, George, good evening and thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
You obviously enjoy coming back to Australia. How many times have you been to see us?
This is my second trip only, but I do intend to make more trips. My kids begged this time, but I had to put it down, so that means that we need to come again.
There's a lot of kids too.
Yeah, there are a lot of kids. There are 9 children. Can you believe that? 4 boys, all named George.
And one on the way too, I understand.
Amen to that. I don't know how that happened.
I got a rough idea. George, you are, of course, one of the legends of boxing. You've achieved everything there is to achieve in the sport. Tell us how it all began.
Well, I started off as a dare, so to speak. It was 1966. I said I would be a boxer. And everybody said, no, you will not. And I took the challenge and I had my first boxing match about that same time. And afterwards, I lost. I said I'd never do it again. And I've been proving things from that point on.
George, of course, you've fought the greats, Frazier, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. You can tell us, who was the greatest, apart from you?
Well, I was in the ring with a lot of good fighters. I was hit the hardest by a fighter by the name of Ron Lyles back in 1976.
Yeah.
But of course, Muhammad Ali was the toughest man I'd ever faced, because whatever I do to him, he did not let himself get down about it. He kept fighting. That was a tough man, and is to this day a tough man.
And he was also, as I recall, very quick for a big man.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't fight him. Well, fortunately for me, I didn't fight him in his days when he was a youth. But when I did fight him back in '74, he had some quickness left there. But he tricked me. He used the rope-a-dope. You see, he laid on the rope, and I, like a dumb dope, kept punching him till I got tired.
Yeah. The one I remember vividly, the bout with Frazier when you won the World Heavyweight Championship. Many thought you couldn't beat him. Not only did you beat him, but you knocked him out in the second round. Was that one of your best ever?
Well, Frazier, how would you like to, you look across the ring, you say you're going to fight for the title, and then those names like Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, all of them, Jack Dempsey, these names start running through your mind, racing through your minds, and you're thinking, I shouldn't be here. Then I see Joe Frazier coming in like a tank, and I'm thinking, I better do something. And I knocked him down, and I got frightened and I kept him down. Finally, they stopped the fight, but he was a tough one.
They were the great days, but George, there's been plenty of controversies in boxing over recent years, and it seems it's probably at its lowest ebb, heavyweight boxing. Does boxing have a credibility problem?
Well, right now, with the last decision, the Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield fight, that just did not help. And hopefully they'll meet again and clear things up. All it takes is one good fight to put people back and the cheering section to bring them all back. But that just did not help for the time being.
Now, you're actually in Australia to promote the George Foreman, let me get it right, lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine. Now, there's a mouthful.
This grill it cooks the meat quickly, almost microwave speed, and it does it because both sides are cooking, and you just let it down, and it slants, and the grease and the fat just goes away.